All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good news stuff for you today. Gonna be a fairly short one, but the first thing that I wanted to talk about is that Barclays, Facebook's cryptocurrency could generate $19 billion in additional revenue by 2021. Well, I'm glad for them. So if you haven't heard, Facebook's coin is supposed to be a stable coin, and how you buy into it, we don't know yet. It's been speculated that you buy into it on an exchange or maybe on the Facebook platform itself. And then you can send this coin around to people in Messenger. The thing is, and the questionable thing is that why do we need this? And two, you can already send money to people through Facebook Messenger as it is. Like, I guess you link your bank account, you can send it to each other. So why do we need a stable coin to do that exactly? Maybe for cross-border that could be a little bit better, but then wouldn't Facebook have to deal with the fact that we're sending their coin cross-border, and there could be some kind of legalities involved in that. So this whole coin is extremely questionable and just makes me think to myself that all corporations in the future are going to have some kind of stable coin or some kind of coin representing their brand in the future. Long Island Iced Tea Company did that, and they renamed their company Long Island Blockchain. Their stock went up 500% for absolutely no reason. They had absolutely no blockchain, no coin, nothing like that. In the 90s and in early 2000s, every single company had to have some kind of website. I mean, you can look on the back of a cereal box and it says, go to kellogg'scornflakes.com. Why do I need to go to kellogg's.com? To look at other cereal brands? It doesn't make any sense. Now every corporation has a Twitter, whether it be Heinz Ketchup Twitter, to, again, some kind of cereal brand Twitter. Everything has it, and I think in the future, everything is going to have to jump on the cryptocurrency bandwagon in one way or another. But either way, Ross Sandler, an internet analyst at Barclays, said in a note to clients on Monday that Facebook's reported cryptocurrency could generate as much as $19 billion for no reason in additional revenue by 2021. As Bitcoin is reported in late 2018, the social media mogul is reportedly working on a stablecoin to allow WhatsApp users to transfer money, as well as Facebook and I think Instagram as well. The company's initial focus is supposedly the remittance market in India. Sandler has also pointed out that Facebook's intentions to get into payments is almost a decade old. However, back then, the major problem seemed to be that the company had to bear the interchange cost, which negatively impacts the profitability of the business, especially when making high volumes of lower value transactions. Oh no, so I guess they're going to have to sell more of our data to make up for that profit. Not a problem, Facebook. Presently, however, both Facebook and the entire cryptocurrency sector have matured substantially. Social media giant acquired marquee apps such as Instagram and WhatsApp while massively expanding its overall user base. According to Sandler, the new cryptocurrency of Facebook could reinvigorate that business strategy. So Facebook has come under a lot of consumer fire recently, just a little bit of a lot of fire lately, as British political consulting firm Cambridge Analytica managed to collect data on more than 50 million Facebook users without obtaining their consent. So any attempt to build out revenue streams outside of advertising, especially those that don't abuse user privacy, are likely to be well received by Facebook shareholders. I'm sure it would be. So again, I don't get the point, and I feel like the only point of this is maybe for cross-border payments, but again, are they going to bear the legal cost of that, or what are the legal repercussions, I swear I could talk, of sending that over there when they know that it's Facebook's coin doing that? So Bitcoin can go cross-border and nobody cares because it's just essentially the internet doing that of anonymous people. But if it's Facebook's coin, are they legally allowed to just let people do that? So it's really questionable. And again, I think all corporations are going to jump on the cryptocurrency or the stablecoin bandwagon sooner or later, in the same way that it's totally unnecessary for Heinz Ketchup to have a Twitter so that people can be like, hey, I don't like your ketchup, or I like your ketchup. What's the point of that? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. SEC chairman confirms cryptocurrencies like Ethereum are not securities. So this is super big for the crypto world, and I think this article kind of goes under the radar just a little bit, but again, super big for the crypto world. Seems that SEC chairman Jay Clayton agrees that the agency's head of division of corporate finance, William Hinman, last July news, Bitcoin.com, BitcoinCash.com, essentially, on Hinman's opinions that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. And I was saying this a while ago, many months ago, maybe upwards of a year ago, there was this argument: are these securities? Are these cryptocurrency securities? What defines a security? What is not a security? And of course, they always go back to the 1934 old citrus farm deal to define if it's a security or not. And the way that I kind of saw it is that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities because, again, it says right here, if the network on which the token or coin is to function is sufficiently decentralized, then the currency is not likely a security, explained by Hinman during the Yahoo All Markets Summit. I agree with the director of explanation of how digital asset transaction may no longer represent an investment contract. Another thing they said is if, for example, purchasers would no longer reasonably expect a person or a group to carry out the essential managerial or entrepreneurial efforts, under those circumstances, the digital asset may not represent an investment contract under the Howey framework. So the Howey framework was the whole citrus farm thing, and that's how you define securities. But this is what I sort of said a long time ago, is that, okay, so Bitcoin and Ethereum, they have their own blockchain. They're totally decentralized, and nobody essentially really relies on them. I know Ethereum has a developer group. Bitcoin sort of has a developer group, kind of, and that, you know, we rely on them to produce updates, but not necessarily managerial or entrepreneurial efforts. So, like, if you have a token from a company that says, hey, we're making this to, this is essentially going to be shares in our company, but we're just going to make it a token, an ICO. That's a security because you rely on that company to produce more revenue to raise the price of that coin under your entrepreneurial efforts. Whereas Bitcoin, you don't really rely on anybody. Nobody could update Bitcoin for the next 100 years and it's still going to work. Hopefully there's no big exploits in that amount of time, and it's still going to work. Ethereum, still going to work. Vertcoin, Litecoin, still going to work. But some of these tokens that they make on ERC20, or some of these coins that come out that represent shares of some sort, whether it be like you know, shares in the company's profits or plots of land, you know, that sort of thing, then it's a security. And, you know, it has a lot of regulations to it. So this is actually really big for cryptocurrencies, and this may, you know, give way to a lot of regulation and a lot of actual things on the books, so that institutional investors can actually come in and start actually buying up some Bitcoin, which, again, I'm not really that excited about. I know other people are because their crypto will go up in value, but me, I know what they're going to do, and I can see it coming. But either way, whatever gives the value of crypto a higher price, I suppose, right? Kind of a devil's advocate, double-edged sword. Eye for an eye. I don't know, whatever. So, moving on to the next article. Crypto startup behind Alibaba coin agrees to stop using the Alibaba name after legal action. So yeah, the ABBC coin that you saw exploding in value, that was sort of ripping off the Alibaba, the Chinese e-commerce, where you go and you get inferior products from Alibaba, where you always go and you just, like, when you get it, you're like, hey, this isn't what I ordered, it's an inferior product, and they're like, Alibaba. So after legal action by that Chinese e-commerce, so the ABBC coin, first of all, is a Dubai-based crypto firm, and Alibaba is a Chinese e-commerce firm. So the decision from ABBC Coin Foundation is reportedly part of a settlement of almost a year-long lawsuit brought by Alibaba against the crypto startup, which it was pumping to extreme levels lately, and it was up like hundreds of % for whatever reason. ABBC Foundation, previously also known as Alibaba Coin Foundation, reportedly said that it regretted confusion caused by its former use of the name Alibaba Coin for its firm and cryptocurrency. Per the report, the company's name will now be called ABBC Coin. Pretty close there. It's still the same thing, guys, but good job on that one. They also said that their coin was going to be like $150 in such and such time, which has to be insanely illegal. But I guess if you're from Dubai, I don't know what the rules are there. But in America, if you made a company and you're like, hey, our stocks are going to be worth $500 in 8 months, that would be really, really illegal, because then people would be convinced to buy into your stock when you've produced basically nothing, because they now have this idea from you that it's going to be $500 or they're going to make this much money. Yeah, not allowed. So their latter ICO offering raised $3.5 million. The United States court ruled against Alibaba's request for injunction against the startup. However, despite the setback in October last year, Alibaba won a preliminary injunction against ABBC Foundation, at the time Alibaba Coin Foundation, in a lawsuit over the misleading use of Alibaba in their name in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. So it's kind of interesting that, you know, if you name a coin something, like if I made a coin and I called it Ford Coin or Chevy Coin or eBay Coin or Amazon Coin, I could get sued for that, which is kind of weird because it's not really a company, but interesting world that is starting to develop in the cryptocurrency world. World twice. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So this is an interesting picture here, and I just thought I would share it with you guys. So this is the ROI since exchange listing. So if you had invested $100 in each of these coins at the moment of their exchange listing, how much would it be today? So initially, when Bitcoin was listed on an exchange, it was fractions of a penny. It was less than tenths. It might have been hundreds or thousandths of a cent. And if you just put $100 onto it, and today, this is not selling at the all-time high. This is selling, I guess, today. You'd have $1.3 million for just $100 of investment. Ethereum, you'd have 68,000. Dash, 39,000. Binance Coin actually was listed at a very, very low price. You'd have $13,000 per $100 you'd invest in. XRP, 6,000. And so on. ADA is being as the lowest, at least on the chart, at $218. Still, not too bad. A little bit more money. And the funny thing is Bitcoin SV here, you'd have negative $75. IOTA, you would have negative $44 apparently. Or, no, you'd have $75 on its initial listing, $44 in Bitcoin Cash, a whole $24 from its initial listing. So I don't know if that's negative or positive there. But either way, good old Bitcoin Cash and SV not doing so hot. Oh, classic ripoff coins. Anyway, moving on to coin market cap here, $133 billion market cap. Bitcoin at 3,900 on average. Nothing too crazy going on today. Again, trading sideways, kind of going up, kind of going down. Gotta love that JR business. Up, down. All these coins are lit, bro. XRP is soon to be the most decentralized coin. God, it's just the best. It's just the absolute best. So, Crypto.com chain, a super big pump of 130% with 705,000 daily volume for whatever reason. Or is that 700? I don't know. That's a weird number. $705 705,000. That's a really odd. I don't know why that's posted like that. But yeah, a lot of pumps going on today. Interesting on a lot of coins. So I guess this is like the day of the pump. Also, you know, after Binance went down the other night, it was down for about 8 hours, and as soon as it came online, a lot of coins pumped with that, so that's not particularly surprising. You can actually see that in Binance Coin too. There was a little bit of a pump once it came back online a little bit ago. You can see this is when it was like offline in the middle of the night, and then as soon as it came back on, apparently people thought, hey, this is a great time to pump the old Binance Coin. But that's all I have for you guys today. Just a short one, not too many articles out there at the moment, but make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the videos. That helps me out a lot. My social media in the description below. Thanks, John Ambruso, for changing your Patreon donation from $1 to $10. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's all I have for you. And I'll see you guys next time. That's like the second time in a row I messed that up. See you guys.